Welcome, it's Professor Thomas. Woohoo! We are in lesson number 1, pre-genius mapping course. Now, what does that mean? First things first, genius mapping. If you haven't heard about this, this is the way a genius is going to read. Now, think about it this way. If you're a genius, you can read pretty fast. Do you agree with that statement? Yes. Now, in order for us to get to that level, the genius mapping course, we're going to have some key concepts and some basic information here. We're going to rethink what you learned in school. Let's start off with how to write a paragraph, the setup of a paragraph. As you remember from school, a paragraph is written, we're going to diagram it out like this. Contains 3 things: a topic sentence, details, and a conclusion. Remember, we're only writing 1 paragraph here. As we get further in, we're going to have to put paragraphs together, and when you do that, we're going to make articles or chapters in books. So let's stick with 1 paragraph here, and we'll build off of that. First things first, topic sentence. In our paragraph, a topic sentence will come at the very top here. Our topic sentence in an argumentative essay is going to feel like a personal opinion. You got to say something and you got to have some kind of personal opinion on it. Let me give you an example here. The cement is gray. Okay. Yes, it is. There's no real personal opinion in there. And so, why am I going to need to give you details below that are going to support my personal opinion if you already believe that the cement is gray? You're going to have to say something maybe a little bit on the controversial side here. The cement is the most beautiful gray I've ever seen in the world. Now, you have my interest. I'm thinking, why? I don't know. I think that gray, pretty boring. I want to know why. That is where the details are going to come in. Details are there to support your topic sentence, and your topic sentence is going to have somewhat of a personal opinion. In 1 paragraph, at the very bottom of that 1 paragraph, we are going to have a conclusion. A conclusion is going to be a restatement of your topic sentence. So if you want to write a nice conclusion, go back up and look at your topic sentence and make sure that your topic sentence and your conclusion, A, have the same subject matter in there, and B, the conclusion will be a little stronger than the topic sentence. Why? Because we have details to support your topic sentence. Topic sentence details and a conclusion at the very bottom. Make the details make sense in relation to the topic sentence. When you look at these details in here, sometimes as a reader, you're going to come across a detail and you're going to say to yourself, I don't really know what that says. I don't really know what that does. You just have to think like a genius and say, somehow that is related back to my topic sentence. Let's go ahead and take a look at this particular paragraph below. I'll read it out loud here so you can follow along. Calvin is a very mechanically inclined 6th grader. He made a wooden birdhouse with his dad when he was just 6 years old. Later, when he was 9, Calvin designed a working model of a roller coaster that was 3 feet tall. Now he's taking geometry class. Calvin is working on creating an aerodynamic balsa wood airplane that can actually fly. The youthful prodigy was exalted by fellow classmates and a recipient of the 3 Kings Award in the robotics club, and thus is the life of an 11-year-old gifted gadget inventor. That's our paragraph. Let's go ahead and break it on down and take a look and see how to think about this in a different way. We're going to scroll on down and look at the details. Here is our paragraph rewritten. When we rewrite this paragraph, let's take note, our topic sentence. It is a very personal, opinionated topic sentence because it uses the word very. Calvin is a very mechanically inclined sixth grader. Really? I want to know more. Why is he very mechanically inclined? You see how this is really a personal opinion here. Now, that sets us up for the details below. We have 4 details that have to support, hey, we got a kid here named Calvin, and he is very mechanically inclined. Remember, as you're reading your details, if you don't know what that means, go back to your topic sentence and say, somehow that has to say this kid is mechanically inclined. Let's take a look at detail number 1. He, who is he? He is Calvin. He made a wooden birdhouse with his dad when he was 6 years old. When you're 6 years old, you're barely learning how to walk here. You're walking around, you got drool hanging from your mouth, and all of a sudden this kid is 6 years old. He's making a wooden birdhouse. Holy cow, that is mechanically inclined. That supports my topic sentence. Let's take a look at detail number 2. Later, when he's 9, Calvin designed a working model of a roller coaster that was 3 feet tall. When you're 9 years old, maybe you're 4 feet tall, this kid's 9, he's making a roller coaster that's almost the same height as him. What does that say about Calvin? Boom, mechanically inclined. Detail number 3. Now he's taking geometry and math class. Calvin, from our topic sentence again, is working on creating an aerodynamic balsa wood airplane that can actually fly. When you're going to make an aerodynamic airplane that flies, pretty mechanically inclined, supports our topic sentence once again. We go on to the 4th detail. Now, we're going to see vocabulary that we're not familiar with. If you come across vocabulary you're not familiar with, and you read that detail there, you may say, I don't know what that says. Force it to say the same thing. It has to somehow, kids, relate back to Calvin. And it has to say something about him being mechanically inclined. Here's a detail. The youthful prodigy. The youthful prodigy, I don't know what that means, but youth, Calvin? It has to say Calvin. Was exalted by fellow classmates and a recipient of the 3 Kings Award in robotics class. Robotics class refers back to being mechanically inclined. When you're in robotics class, what do? You mechanically make stuff. There's an award here that says he's doing a great job. It says the same thing, but uses different words. If you look at all these details, kids, 1, 2, 3, and 4, they basically say the same thing. And you know what they say? They say, hey, we got a kid that's mechanically inclined. If you come in here and you read something, you don't really know what's going on, refer back to your topic sentence. A, in order for it to be a detail that is good in our paragraph, it has to say something about Calvin. And B, it has to say something about the action. Did you hear what I just said, kids? Calvin is what is called a noun. And mechanically inclined is our verb or action that relates back to the noun. All your details have to say the same thing about your noun and your verb. At the very end, we have our conclusion. Our conclusion is going to be a restatement of our topic sentence, but it will be a tad stronger. So I know that A, our conclusion has to say something about Calvin, and it has to say, wow, he's really mechanically inclined. Let's go ahead and take a look. Thus is a structural clue we will learn later in one of the next lessons that tells us it's a conclusion. The life of an 11-year-old, who is that? Calvin. Gadget maker. When you're a gadget maker, guess what you do? You make stuff mechanically. Done. There's your paragraph. That's how you write a paragraph. Remember, we're going to take a look at one last thing as we move on. Our paragraphs are set up, topic sentence followed by details, and a conclusion at the bottom. Let's say that we want to put 4 paragraphs together. Let's draw 4 boxes, and each one of these boxes will represent our paragraph. When we put 4 paragraphs together, we now create articles. We now create paragraph. And these paragraphs are going to be put together, and sometimes we can put those together in a chapter. Let's go ahead and take a look at how this is put together. Same things we saw earlier. Topic sentence at the top of every paragraph and details below to support that. We go to paragraph number 2, topic sentence at the top and details below to support that new topic sentence. Topic sentence at the top of paragraph 3, details to support that topic sentence in paragraph 3. Paragraph 4 will have another topic sentence at the top and details below that will support that as well. Now, at the very bottom here in paragraph 4, the final paragraph in our article or our passage or our chapter, we have to have our conclusion here. The conclusion will add up all of the details, all of the topic sentences, and reconclude. This is our conclusion. And if you want to write a very nice conclusion, what do? Go back and look at what you wrote in paragraph topic sentence number 1. That is going to be the introductory paragraph and the introductory topic sentence. Our conclusion is going to basically be restated off of that, but as again we mentioned earlier, a conclusion is going to be stronger, kind of tie everything together. That's what your conclusion does, ties everything together. Write a nice one. Take a look at your paragraph introductory topic sentence from paragraph 1. There you have it, kids. It is lesson number 1. Yes, background information on how to write a paragraph. That's it. We will see you in lesson number 2. Bye for now.